Here we go. It's Vicious versus ZERATUTUTUH in our match 2 of the semi-finals. Say pre-bans coming out. Do you expect the Bella to be already taken off the field, or is the part of the comp that needs to go out differently? We're going to find out. Wow. To pay respect ban and the Destiny.
I think in not a single match of SWC history have we seen a debate ban and a Destiny ban, let alone one of the two being banned. So that is a very interesting respect bans over there. I'm very curious to see what the two gentlemen are cooking up here. First pick for Vicious. Does he lock in any kind of speed leads, or do we right away go for some kind of steal?
Ooh, Laima being chosen first there. Different kind of approach or angle from Vicious right now. ZERATUTUTUH, will he go for his pocket picks of like Vanessa first here?
I would say that a Vanessa is still pretty strong, but a Laima is also one of those units, same as like a Verdio. Could be Revenge, could be Via Will, could be all kinds of styles. ZERATUTUTUH actually opting for not the Vanessa, but going in for a Seara.
Yeah, Seara, Zeratu coming out, Wedjack coming out. Again, comfortable picks. Now he can have that Bella as well on his side.
Yeah, that's a lot of comfortable picks on the side of Vicious right now. Something that's pretty strong into the Light Triss. Very interesting unit. Does provide that all of the dots that you do on the enemy side are also spread towards the rest for like the moment that they take damage. But opting to take it away and going for an Isis. ZERATUTUTUH has all kinds of threats. Backing it up with that Tomoe.
Dude, what is he cooking right now? Obviously the Oblivion. Showing, what you have, I also have potentially ready. And if I've got it, I probably know how to go against it, right? We're seeing the Eleanor instead being popped up with Zerath.
We see a almost full light draft. We see a full light and dark draft on the side of Vicious. Those are some very premium core units right there. I'm very curious to see what ZERATUTUTUH would end up playing against that, because there's just a lot of things going on the side of Vicious right now.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So he's got the speed leads already. He's got one part of damage. Maybe he needs another part. Oh, changing it for a Maya.
Maya. It is a hard counter into a Bella, but it is even respected. A lot of Maya players out there would probably disagree with that one, but Maya actually here would have been pretty interesting.
Speed leads being taken by both of these guys. Then it's our Europe preliminary semi-finals, match 2, set 1 between Vicious and ZERATUTUTUH. Who can confirm this weekend the last chance to get to Berlin? It's going to be Wedjack taking that first turn, boosting up.
Yeah, we have the boost up. Do we go for skill 3 right away? I don't think so. Does actually go for the skill 3. Let's see if the Zerath does do enough damage to actually kill something then. We have some great damage coming on. Skill 3 does do not that much damage, because you have to drain your own HP to do a lot of damage to the enemy side. So I'm not sure if that was the right play that way, but at least you have the immunity for quite a lot of turns right now. Skill 1 coming in. There is the anti-crit. Has another chance. Does actually get the damage in.
But now there's immunity on the side, so there's no Oblivion coming out necessarily right away. Can you look to sleep? Sleep in that Zerath. Now a bomb can be planted.
Yeah, bomb can be planted, but do you detonate this bomb right away? I think you have to confirm that kill. Waking up, dealing not too much damage, but we can spread all of those dots towards the Zerath too.
Exactly, and now that skill 3 isn't available for Laima right now, so the next time round he can do some more damage with that. Ooh!
The additional turn from the Bella, that's absolutely not something that ZERATUTUTUH wanted to see at this moment. Let's see how much this Zerath can do. It gives a little bit of healing for every turn it takes, but it needs to be taking a lot more turns to be very lively. But he's working on it.
He definitely is, and he's managing to get rid of that Bella off the field. Again, immunity is still on the field, so not looking to use the Oblivion as of yet. Tomoe, can you get a strip stun maybe? Oh, just going into Zerath.
Yeah, going into the Zerath. Curious to see this skill 1. Can it start killing something already? Goes for the slow. Oh, and he gets the skill 2 back up. A lot more boosting going in. This heal from Zerath is a incredible heal. Still 1 turn away from any skill, so we will see a full skill 3 landing right now from that Isis. But is that maybe a little bit too late?
Could be, because the Silence and Oblivions could be landed from that Isis coming in very soon. Anti-crit gets off.
Oh, does manage to not get that third hit for that reason, but the Tomoe is not looking that lively. Tomoe getting the skills back up would be very crucial right here. Or is this Zerath actually going to be able to do something? Violent turn on that Wedget. Dragon, can you take down that unit? Easily.
Yes, I think that might be the end for ZERATUTUTUH in this one, but that's still a lot of damage coming out and the healing coming through.
Yeah, that's actually a lot of healing, and the moment that you take rid of the Laima, there's also no strip to get rid of the buffs on the side for the Zeratu. So can Zeratu perform a solo here, maybe?
I mean, it's in his name, say. That's why he's maybe on the field. Can he get rid of this Laima before he can?
He can, but this skill, the skill 3, how much damage are you gonna do? Because it does do a lot more damage in the late part of the match rather than the early part of the match.
Exactly, and right now he's deciding whether he's just keeping going for that skill 1 at the moment, though, to get the health down.
Yeah, it's trying to get the health down. I think it's more consistent damage to just keep going for that skill 1. It does do a good amount of damage. Once again, additional turn. I think the Zeratu is actually going to... Yeah, I think the Zeratu is going to do it. 50 of damage and actually lowering the HP by itself. Zeratu is going to take a victory, 1 against 3.
What? And he's finally done it. He's confirmed it. That's why you change your name to that monster, right, say? 300 crystals, well spent.
That is insane. And I think what's even more insane, I think your microphone picked up the French casters.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
It might have been, yes.
That is really insane right there.
I mean, we can't handle it. They've gone off. I mean, ZERATUTUTUH managing to do that one. Was it 1 versus 3 in the end, or 1 versus? Yeah, 1 versus 3.
Yeah, 1 versus 3. And also, Zeratu needed that buff to keep the healing constantly in. It was not on Vampire, just as healing by the extra turns of Violent. Wow, what a play.
What a play. Is it going to be a pre-ban coming out here from Vicious, not wanting to deal with that? Today is back in the action for ZERATUTUTUH if he so chooses. But let's find out exactly how they're going to work around it.
Yeah, very interesting pre-bans. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Zeratu pre-ban, which would also probably be a first time ever.
We're all about first, and we've seen it. It's here Zeratu and a wedge up being pre-banned.
Yeah, definitely something I did not expect to see in the current meta. Wedget kind of drifted out of meta with like the balance special like 2-3 seasons ago. But Zeratu making it into a pre-ban. Wow, impressive.
ZERATUTUTUH has been cooking up some crazy stuff today, and he's managed to make it work. I dare ask you what you think this first pick might be now.
I would go for the Vanessa. Vanessa's just a comfortable pick, and I think we're first going to go to Speed Leads on the side of Vicious. Maybe go for that Chandra still, or maybe stealing a Seara. Could be an option, but I do think what we see in most cases is first locking out the Speed Leads, the general picks, and then we're going to go into the cooking stuff.
Then we're going to get cooking. Let's find out what is back. He's back, say.
Wind Bayek, I would have to look up the name of his original unit. But once again, we saw it drafted before in the slot 2, and then all of the units around it were based on dots. All of those units were providing dots. So in this case, would Vicious maybe already notice that? Maybe early locking in a Juno, which would be very strong, or maybe even a Variables?
Let's find out, because he's seen Zenisek out on the field there. Say he's going to be taking that Bella, wants to ensure that he has it on his side. Last time ZERATUTUTUH partnered it up with a Volantis, so Veramos would be a good answer in preparation for what might be coming later on. But is he going to be prepared for it? Was he watching the matches? He's decided to go the immunity route with a Velajul.
Immunity route also definitely works to prevent from those nasty dots landing. But in this case, we have a very strong pickup for a Gianna in this position. Do we pair it up with more kind of AoE CC style, maybe a pushback or anything like that? Because there's very strong individual units on the side of the ZERATUTUTUH, but I'm not sure if they're also very well pairing together at this moment. So curious to see how that would work out, and a super strong counter into that Gianna with that Hey Gang.
Exactly, managing to apply glancing even onto the Verd Hill as well to not allow him to crit and boost up the attack bar. Deciding maybe against it and going again for the immunity route with that Eleanor there. Say, who do you like to ban?
Oh, that's Eleanor is very strong also against the Verd Heal, and the odds where the Baya could land a lot of dots before are not going to be that dominant right here, but curious to see how that will work out.
Speed leads being taken by both of these guys then. It's our semi-finals, match 2, set 2 between Vicious and ZERATUTUTUH. Can he extend the lead, or will Vicious have an answer for him?
We have to start off with an armor break. Does land it, managing to get the stun. That's the most crucial, stun and the bomb. Two things that you very much would like to see over here. Plus a silence. Silence on the cigar. That's actually locking down quite some of the units. Exactly.
Bella cutting in, but Verd is going to be able to boost up the attack bar for a little bit, preventing it for a little bit longer.
Yeah, just a little bit longer, but we do also have that defend coming in right now. Not being able to tumble in the damage in the unit, which you already did a little bit of damage into, is maybe pretty detrimental. However, let's see, Provoke doesn't manage to land.
Nope, and now Bayek can get to work again onto that cigar. More additional damage over time going onto him.
more additional damage, and also a good amount of damage in general. Heal blocks locking in. There's just a lot of things going on. We definitely need a bit more healing from that Smicer, but we have the Bella coming in. But then, oh, the Vert finally went for a counter. But if he dies, he cannot perform that counter.
Exactly right now, Chandra going for the sword. Oh, counters again, but glancings.
Counters but glancing, so still not really countering. There's a lot of damage from this. This Bayek is actually single-handedly killing most of the units right now. But there's a bomb resist. The bomb resist is huge, and then there's no more dots that you can work with.
Exactly, and right now the immunity is going to be staying on there because Verdi's going to be taken out, and the extra damage going into that Vanessa.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming out there, but with that immunity being locked in, it's just so much harder to kill anything. However, Vanessa, do you still have that armor break?
But no, but Velajul doesn't. He's put it there onto the Bayek. Can he take it out?
Oh, that is a lot of damage from that Bayek as well. Trying to keep that alive is going to be difficult. I do think that he takes one more turn. No, wait, you can actually boost your units up right now, and then he's probably not taking that turn.
Yeah, let's see. He does miss out. Maybe from this? Oh.
Not enough, but you have to confirm the kill over here, and Vicious is very smartly doing that. And this is going to be, from what was looking, a very favorable match for ZERATUTUTUH once again. The flip of the script by the bomb resistance of that Velajul just worked out very well.
Exactly, because Bella's still on the field and she's going to be able to plow in the damage into that Vanessa and confirm the kill if Chandra doesn't do so first.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a very dead Vanessa over there, and Sinizek can do quite a lot of work, but needs a team around it, and a 1v3 is not the kind of team that she would like to see.
Definitely not with a Bella. He's confirmed it is 1 apiece between Vicious and ZERATUTUTUH in our preliminary semi-finals. Say that was a flip of the switch all of a sudden in the middle of that match, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and it was mainly because of that Velajul. The moment the Velajul went online, it's just so much harder for that Wind Bayek to do the skills. I think it's a very strong unit, but it has to be fighting things that are dotted either by himself or by other units around him.
Exactly, and once they were all cleansed off, there's no more damage coming through against it. Obviously, Vicious knows that now. Maybe he's going to play around it in a similar way, because we might have Zeratu back on the field. Are we going to get another Tabea ban?
Yeah, Tabea ban and Destiny ban? Is that we're going to be rocking again?
Oh.
No, we're going to see a Laima ban. I think I respect the Laima ban a little bit more. Tabea ban, I do respect it.
Yeah, I mean, this is maybe the second time in history that it's ever been seen at an SWC. We don't know for sure yet. We'll try and confirm that later on, maybe by next weekend. Laima was the first pick last time, but Wedget is still available for Vicious.
Yeah, Wedget is available, but on the other side, early pick on the Gianna, but it's definitely not too bad. There's a lot of options that you can still play around the Gianna comp, even if the enemy were to lock in a Heigang. On the other side, very quick response with the Bella and the Light Pony.
Yep, they've both hit the field right there as an answer. It's already probably trying to defect that Wind Bayek from actually coming out onto the field at any point later on. Zeratu is available still.
Yeah, I think he's definitely looking into that single target damage. He really likes to win his matches by single target damage. Miles, great unit for single target damage. Could be on high resistance to maybe also counter the Bella. And we're going for a Shan, which is a very interesting pick into a early pick Light Pony.
Yep, it definitely is, and the anti-crit did work a little bit in favor for Vicious, but the damage came through effectively. And now we're seeing a Leo out on the field, obviously to prevent a Miles getting any more damage.
Yeah, also the Miles, but also the Shan. Both of them are scalers from speed. And we once again go back to the Chow. You said it before, all of the players have to get at least one round of a Chow in. I do think that the Leo is the must ban over here if it is locked in as is. Nope, we're removing the Chow. I like to see it more already. No, I'm just kidding. But I think the Cigar probably does fit better because you can't expect your Leo to be banned. And ZERATUTUTUH has to be playing around the way, being, okay, I'm banning that Leo. What is my most comfortable playstyle? Or does he maybe lock something in and remove the Bella and then end up for Vicious to have no damage? Because Bella is the only damage dealer, besides maybe a Leo on the side of Vicious. Yeah,
let's find out. Or is he going double Chimera action here? ZERATUTUTUH, what has he got cooking? Icarus, we saw it before today with a Barbo. Is it a ban?
I'm not sure, because I think all of the units, maybe with the exception of Bella, can probably survive that very easily. So I'm not too sure about that one.
Yeah, and the ban from Vicious's side, you were saying the Leo. Do you think it's still with that pick?
Yeah, I think you have to, because otherwise your Miles is going to be semi-useless, your Shan is going to be semi-useless. On the other side, I do think you'll probably have to ban out that Gianna. Leaves the Gianna in.
Yeah, we've got speed leads for both of these guys coming into effect then. It is our Europe preliminary semi-finals, set 3 between Vicious and ZERATUTUTUH. One apiece at the moment. Who will be joining Rosit and going to Berlin? We've got Vanessa. Can she set up a defense break already? Because Ikaris is moving straight away after.
That is a super fast Ikaris, but also super fast Vanessa and a super fast Gianna. The runes on this, man. Wow. We don't even have the Wajet moving yet. Very interesting to see.
Does he get stuns on it all? He does get the stuns and the additional turn to kill.
The additional turn to kill, absolutely what you want to see. And there's no additional turn from that light pony. And that is exactly what Vicious needed. And exactly what ZERATUTUTUH did not want to see. So let's see if he can control more of those units right now.
Exactly. We can land another bomb with Gianna. Resisted on that turn. But Shan skill 2 is going to do a lot of damage into it.
Yeah, that's a good amount of damage. Also taking the additional turn, but it is very likely that she will take an additional turn in response. Additional turns going up and down the moment that your enemy took more of them. So it is bound to happen at some point. But is it maybe a little bit too late? Another armor break landing in, and Gianna could probably go for another round. Ooh, she needs one more turn to do it. That is a lot of damage.
That is some serious S1 damage, which you like to see, say, at the moment. Cigar right now, get some cool times, try and reset right now.
Yeah, you have to get reset, but in the end, there is a little bit of healing that Wajet does, but Wajet doesn't heal as much anymore. So I think just simply the S1 damage of the Gianna, Jean getting back to a skill 2 at any given moment, this is not a favorable matchup for Vicious.
Yeah, and the additional turn there with Cigar falling, allowing ZERATUTUTUH to take the 2-1 advantage here. Vicious. He's always been in the preliminaries. He's never made it to that Europe Cup. This is his time to rise, right? He needs to see if he can get all the way through or confirm it at least this weekend, because next weekend you could be having a tough opponent as well. Say, Tebey, do we see him again? Do we see him?
It would be very interesting to see another Tebey. Or do we go back to, in this case, would you not maybe ban out the Gianna? I think the Gianna, like besides all of the maybe other people would call it meme picks that really work out for ZERATUTUTUH, Gianna is just a formidable, strong unit at the moment that I wouldn't personally like to be playing against, because you kind of force yourself like, okay, if there's a Gianna, I have to get the Hey Gang on the field, and I already make the drafts and the ban mostly very difficult. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a ban on the Gianna in this case.
Let's see, it is Gianna, and it's Zerath that is being pre-banned out as well. These guys are cooking. ZERATUTUTUH with that first pick. Are we going to have Vanessa again?
Yeah, the Zerath pre-ban is just maybe a first ever as well. But I do think Vanessa's going to be locked in for ZERATUTUTUH. He tried it in the very first round with the Seara, but I think that a Vanessa just fits his playstyle a lot more.
Definitely does. Are we going to see again Wedjack coming out? Maybe the Laima? This time getting the Bella early.
Getting the Bella early with that Wajet, but he now also knows that his whole team will move in front of that Wajet because the Wajet is violent. So that is a uphand that ZERATUTUTUH has. Plus, we have that Tebey being locked in. Please let it go through the match. It is an insane unit. It is definitely one of those units that I think a lot of people have in their storage saying, like, it was bad, so it's still bad. But they never actually gave it a try. Plus, an El Sharion. Very interesting. ZERATUTUTUH is cooking. Like, he's cooking dinner for everyone.
Yeah, you're all ready to eat at the table with ZERATUTUTUH, because Laima and Shan have come out on the side of Vicious at the moment as well. But what else is going to be happening on here? I think it's even hard for you to call.
It's hard to call. I would like to see some AoE strips. Maybe you can work around that way, because in the end there's no passives that would take a turn if you start pushing back things. But you'd probably have to go for another speed lead. So maybe a Seara in there or anything like that. Athna, fast unit, pairing it with a speed lead.
No, just the high base speed units, yeah. So maybe Vicious does need to lock in a speed lead as well, say?
Yeah, if you lock in a speed lead right now, you're probably guaranteed to... Oh, we're going for a Kiki. Vicious liking those shiny units. That's once again a full LD draft on the side of Vicious if he so pleases to lock that in.
Yeah, let's see. He's got a bit of time to figure it out. Remember, changing it up for a Vertihill instead there.
Yeah, I think I like the Vertihill more. That also signals that you can leave the Athna in. Also, the AoE of the Tebey can be picked up by Vertihill, and therefore the Vertihill is also respected.
Let's find out in this one. Say speed leads being taken by both of these guys. This is our Europe preliminary semi-finals, match 2, set 4. Potentially the deciding set if ZERATUTUTUH can get that final third point to take him all the way through. Etna is going first. You're going to cycle?
I would definitely cycle, but there's also 3 units to armor break over here, or 3 units that you want to strip. So you can place that on all 3 units. You have 3 single target strippers. Atna is being the first. There was a counter. The Laima is actually on revenge. So in this case, you probably have to tumble down the damage on that Bella, I would say. Does go for it, does not manage to land, or does manage to strip that. And our last strip. But after that last strip, we actually do have the other side cutting in.
Yeah, Wedgeat's going to come in right now, not allowing Tebey to take that turn, which would have been crucial on that defense break as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But the next unit is going to be the Laima. Is the Tebey going to be moving after that, or is the Bella pushed up enough to take the turn?
Let's find out right now. No additional turn. Oh!
Tebey, how much damage can you do? Good amount of damage, but not taking any unit out.
No. But, the revenge as well.
The revenge and stealing the anti-crit. Couldn't crit that much on the Atna over here. But does it go for revenge again? No, there's no revenge. But the AoE stun's coming out, missing on the one crucial target. Doesn't decide to go for protection on the skill 3 over here. Rather tries to kill the units on the enemy side. Takes another additional turn. Taking out this Elsharian.
Does take it out, but now Vanessa, you need to try and get rid of one of these units right now. Maybe it's going to go into the Laima. Gets the cool time as well.
Cool time is very important, but the Jean is moving next, and I'm pretty sure the Jean has skill too. That is going to be a kill, guaranteed, on one of the units that he's doesn't actually manage to kill. Laima does manage to kill. Bella moving up next, 5 focus shots, killing that Elsharian.
Yep, can Etna cycle quick enough before the side of Vicious can get some turns in here, say no?
Not enough, but it's just a skill 1 from the Jean, and there's also no cooldowns on the Atna. That's not what you would like to see from your Atna. And she's having a hard time killing anything. Exactly,
and now with all of those buffs on the side of Vicious, it's going to be nearly impossible.
Yeah, this is going to be very impossible. And the Bella is moving next. With the Bella moving next, we'll probably take down a squishy Atna. And we're calling it a day on this match, and we're most likely moving on to the next.
It probably will be a 2-2 then, which is now confirmed between Vicious and ZERATUTUTUH. Again, we've seen it, say, in this competition. It looks like someone is in the driving seat, and then out of just one instance, it changes completely.
Yeah, the main thing is, there was a lot of spread on the damage. It did make sense to have a lot of spread because you wanted to strip everything individually. But because of that, you couldn't confirm a kill. If you were to say, throw everything at the Bella would have died rather than armor break on one, damage from the Tebey on one, and then also the damage from the Elsharian on one. If you throw that all on one target, it would have died. But I definitely saw the vision, the idea of trying to kill multiple units, but it didn't work out in the end. But once again, we have a Tebey being banned, even though in the last match didn't perform quite to what we have seen in the match before.
Exactly. Tebey, Wedgeat have been banned out. This is a real tongue twizzler, by the way. Say it's ZERATUTUTUH 2, Vicious 2. 2s all over the board. Let's see if we also see a Zeratu inside the actual match. Maybe a Zerath as well, just to make it even more complicated for us. Laima was a first pick before for Vicious, but I think he might change it up.
Yeah, I definitely do think that he likes the Bella. So far, every chance he had, he did lock in the Bella, whereas ZERATUTUTUH never was able to use its Bella. So maybe that's something ZERATUTUTUH could be looking at to stealing. And we have seen the Destiny being pre-banned a few times. However, it's being first picked right now, which is... Who picks Destiny first?
Vicious does. Vicious picks Destiny first, and now he's being responded with a Chandra and a Gianna.
Wow, very interesting picks right there. Also, the Chandra, I would say, is slightly interesting, because if you want to counter a Destiny, a Vanessa would be a good call. But Vanessa is now on the other side, plus a Sekhmet. Liking the draft for Vicious over here.
Let's see how he can look to respond right now. This is what... there's so much cooking going on, so let's see if we're going to see the Win Bayek coming out. We've got Miles on the field at the moment.
Yeah, for me the big question is, what kind of build is the Destiny on? Because it could be swift and fast, but in most cases it's actually some kind of double Nem will trap to make anything work. But you mostly don't pick those early on. ZERATUTUTUH, once again going back to the Zeratu with that Miles in this case.
Yeah, he's back on the field. Will his namesake guarantee him a ticket to, well, not Paris, to Berlin? And here he's got the answer with Cigar coming in right now and a Hey Gang.
Yeah, definitely liking that Hey Gang, but as I mentioned before, you do make the brick and ban, or like the band phase, pretty difficult, because if the Gianna's on the field, the Hey Gang probably don't want to be on the field. Actually removes that for a Wind Robo. It's seeing the draft of ZERATUTUTUH and feels like he can outspeed it no matter what, even if his speed lead is gone.
Yeah, let's find out. Zenisek is in that last pick there as well for ZERATUTUTUH. It's going to be interesting. This is a deciding set right now, so all the pressure is on the line, deciding to change things up at the moment. Some indecision maybe coming in or creeping into it for ZERATUTUTUH. Gurkha.
That's a callback to SWC 2022 when Tars went all the way with Gurkha, but it was a very different Gurkha than the Gurkha we see over here right now. The Gurkha doesn't heal on the passive, so very interesting pick. I'm not entirely sure what ZERATUTUTUH is planning to do with it, nor what they are planning to do with the bans.
I love it. We have no idea.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
I would remove the Destiny. It looks scary.
Yeah, it looks the most scary. Let's see if he actually does that. He does, and he removes the miles as well. Meaning we've got speed leads coming in for both of these guys into our set number 5. It's the last set of the whole weekend. Remember, we've still got next weekend, but for this weekend, it's the last set between Vicious and ZERATUTUTUH. Who is going to finally confirm and be another Frenchie joining Rosie in Berlin? Taking that first turn is going to be the Sekhmet. Can you get the cool time? Who are you going on? Maybe the Gianna?
I think on the Gianna, but this is a very interesting matchup where Vicious is moving with pretty much all of the units in front of ZERATUTUTUH. So this is a lot of openers right now. If he lands everything, gets all of the stuns, get all of the pushback, I think we might be looking at a very fast match, because Gurkha in the end does not really possess a passive to prevent anything from this happening. So I would say that Gurkha in the end was a very interesting pick. And everything seems to be landing so far on the side of Vicious.
Exactly, and there's a defense break out on that Gurkha as well. You can pile in more damage. Resisted against Zeratu, maybe there's an additional turn, but defense breaks.
Yeah, there's just a lot of defense breaks and things going on, so the only thing that ZERATUTUTUH can hope for right now is violent procs on any of those units, and can he maybe take it back? Gianna's taking an additional turn, but doesn't have any skills up, so it doesn't really help that much either.
And he's not looking healthy right now. He can look to get a cool time in there as well. Zeratu didn't get it on the last one, but just opt in there instead for the first skill.
Yeah, it's gonna go for another round of skill 2. It's getting full attack bar back. Robo's not dealing all too much damage, but it's definitely enough chip damage that he can just slimply make it work for a little bit of health. If that Gurkha had the potential of healing, then I would be still sitting on the edge of my seat. But in this case, I am not too sure if ZERATUTUTUH was cooking enough on this match.
Yeah, exactly. He can look to provoke. Resisted at the moment, but you've still got a cool time that you can look to insert somewhere. And Robo's coming around soon.
Yeah, Robo's going around soon. He's actually missing a lot of the skills right now. Might this be the comeback potential for ZERATUTUTUH? I still kind of doubt it, because all of those units are not looking too lively, but Zera, or the Zeratus from ZERATUTUTUH, that's so much a tongue twister. He should stop doing that. It has been showing an amazing result so far, and Gurkha can actually go do Gurkha things right now, because you do have the defense.
He might have been cooking in the end, say, because if you can get these provokes off, it's going to be... Ooh!
That's the provoke you didn't want to see. We still have the Zeratu going in, but that provoke cycle, you want to stay on the train 24/7 with all of those provokes. If you miss one stop, it is over, and that one stop was found pretty fast. But then again, on the other side, we could see a lot of the other skills were resisted as well, so I think it's a kind of trade of 1-for-1. Let's see Robo once again going back for the skill 2. Do you actually land? I think you would kill the Chandra if you do the skill 2 right now. Ooh, not enough.
Not enough, but you can confirm it.
You can confirm it on the Chandra, but I don't think you can confirm it on the Zeratu.
Nope, not yet. Let's see if he gets the additional turn. It could change things up for him. Not quite yet. Defense break could land.
Defense break has to land, does manage to land. We got another round of skill 2 coming in. We haven't seen the Robo do all too much damage, but I think it will take out the Zeratu. It does take out the Zeratu. And then Gurkha, yep, you're not going to do it anymore. Back in 2020, or 2022? I think it was 2022. He might have, currently, not really.
Yeah, there was a potential moment there for ZERATUTUTUH, but Vicious enjoying the moment. He has finally made it to a Europe Cup after 3 times. Vicious is your winner